If you've been stuck in the manager job title wondering what it takes to break through to the director level, then this video is going to be critical for you. Today, I'll walk you through what top tech companies are really looking for when they promote someone into the director role, and how you can start to position yourself now for that transition. You won't get promoted just by doing more. Working longer hours and burning the midnight oil is not going to pave the path for you to automatically get noticed and selected from the manager pool. However, there is one crucial skill and competency that makes all the difference, and that is strategic influence. If you want career and job search advice for engineering leaders, subscribe and hit the bell. I publish videos just like this one every other week, helping you to accelerate your next move. My name is Ryan Stoltzfus, and I'm the founder of the Job Hackers Network. I help US-based engineering and sales leaders to land director and VP level roles by telling a better career story and by showing up like a business leader, not just a team manager. And this right here, this inflection point that you're trying to make from manager to director, it's the biggest hurdle sometimes for people to get over in their career. Sometimes people will get stuck here for 10 years plus. So let's get into it. I want to address why doing more doesn't lead to promotion. Let's bust the myth that holds so many talented leaders back. If I just keep delivering, someone will notice. Here's the truth. Promotion is not a reward for hard work. It's a bet on your ability to lead at the next level. It's a gamble. And trust me, the house always wants to win. When a company is betting on you, you want to stack the odds in their favor, that they are going to win that bet on you in the end. When it comes to the current marketplace, it's a buyer's market and the company is the buyer. Companies have so many different options under the sun, so much great talent when it comes to filling these director level roles. Therefore, you must be visible to the right people. And you also must be perceived as very low risk and a high certainty that they are going to be successful in putting you into that next level role. Top companies promote managers to directors when they show that they can do these 4 things. Number 1, drive business outcomes. Number 2, influence across functions. Think beyond their team. And number 4, align tech with company goals. If your career story doesn't prove this, you stay stuck. Even if you're technically overqualified, there is a mindset shift that must take place for you to transition from manager to director. Managers, they're gonna execute. That's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about today. Directors, they influence beyond the scope of who they lead. Here's the shift that you need to make. A manager focuses on their team's velocity and trajectory, while a director focuses on the direct business impact that the organization under and around them is able to drive. A manager manages tangible deliveries, while a leader leads through ambiguity, seeing and identifying what is unseen by others. A manager leads within an org chart, while a director influences well beyond the confines of the org chart. A manager reports up, while a director partners across the organization. Can you feel the difference? Can you see the larger impact made with the director's way of thinking? If you see it, leave a comment of, "I see it," in the comments below. And if it's not clear, if you're not seeing it, then ask a question in the comments regarding where you're getting hung up. This mindset shift is non-negotiable, and top tech companies are screening for it in their interviews and in how you show up on LinkedIn, your resume, and even internal meetings whenever it's an internal promotion. What is your brand? Great executive leaders always have an eye out for top talent. Talent that is performing beyond the confines of their current job title. Next, let's ask and answer the question, what do top tech companies want to see? Here are 4 traits hiring leaders in top tech companies look for when leveling someone up. The first trait is strategic thinking. Can you connect engineering priorities to product, to customers, and revenue outcomes? Your job isn't just to build things. It's to ask, why this thing? Why now? And how does it move the business forward? If you can't explain the strategic why behind your work, you're not ready to own director level scope. Everything you are sinking your teeth into should be backed with a solid business case. Think about the Pareto principle here, the 80-20 rule. In most standard systems, 20% of the effort that we put into something creates 80% of the output or the value. So applying this to business, ask yourself, is this project part of the 20% of the work that will create 80% of the output? Another way to think about it is simply opportunity cost. By taking on this specific work or this activity, what am I choosing not to do? Strategic thinking involves optimizing efforts towards greater impact to the product, to the customer, and to the revenue of the business. Now, the second trait is cross-functional influence. Are you effective when you're not the boss? Top companies want leaders who can rally stakeholders, product, sales, design, around a shared vision. Show how you've influenced without authority and driven alignment across silos. That's the difference between a manager and a business partner at the director level. Here's a story from my background. As a director HRBP, one of the skills that I realized I had was the ability to step into a room, monitor the room, figure out the direction that we needed to go into and where we were actually at on that trajectory, and then put in poignant questions that would realign that whole group towards the desired outcome. This strategic way of thinking, the ability to see the unseen and read the room, has served me in my executive presence and as a partner who ultimately in my job didn't have direct management capacity of the people that I was working with. In my case, I held a director title, but I didn't directly manage anyone. Everything that I did as a director, as an HRBP, it was all about my ability to influence others within the organization. The third trait is business impact orientation, having an orientation towards that business impact. As your presence and skill set evolves as a leader, your success metrics need to evolve as well. It's no longer about sprint velocity. It's about retention of both clients and associates, product time to market, platform stability, cost efficiency, revenue expansion. It's about the bottom line. It's about those hard revenue metrics. Speaking in outcomes, not inputs, will transform the way that you are perceived, and it will get you invited back to the tables where the strategic discussions are occurring, the places you really want to be. And the fourth trait, that's going to be executive presence. This isn't about dressing the part. It's about clarity, confidence, and composure. Can you speak to the big picture? Can you simplify complex problems? Can you hold your own in a room full of VPs? And then take that same message and hold your own in a room full of frontline associates. We always think that being in front of the VPs is going to be harder, but sometimes being in front of the associates is actually the hardest thing to do. One thing that I always paid attention to when working across numerous different departments at ADP was who was being invited back to present at town hall meetings. Who was the voice of the vision, of the mission? I could always tell who was on that upward trajectory by a speaker's ability to capture and maintain an audience while delivering the company's vision in a town hall setting. If I could focus your attention on one skill only to develop in the next year, it would be your ability to communicate to both executive audiences and also large associate audiences from both the conference room table and the front of a venue hall. If your communication capability doesn't exceed your scope, you'll be perceived as not ready for any next level. If this is resonating, then hit that like button so that I know that this is helpful. And comment below, what's one trait that you think you need to strengthen to move into the director roles? However, if you think you're ready to step into the director level, but you don't know how to build your career story around these traits, then I invite you to join me in a free training. That training is titled Unleash Your Career in Engineering and Sales Leadership. Check out this video clip on the training now.
Are you ready to start or optimize your job search process? Do you feel stuck and need help connecting the dots? Join this free web class where you'll learn the step-by-step formula to control your career progression. We've helped hundreds of experienced engineering and operations leaders just like you to build their brand and grow their impact. Register for this exclusive training today to step into the driver's seat of your career.
So let's recap. You don't get promoted for doing more. You get promoted for thinking bigger and communicating more clearly. Director level candidates, they drive strategy. They influence outcomes outside of their direct scope of ownership. They connect tech to business outcomes. And they lead and influence across org chart boundaries. If you want that seat at the table, start acting like you're already in it. Watch this next. Manager versus director resumes, key differences you need to know. That'll help you align your messaging across your entire career brand. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.